Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs, and a rescue cat who likes to craft in her spare time. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message, it boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you're a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drinks, sit on back, and let's have at it. Y'all, I am so excited for this journey that of healing and learning more about myself and where it's going to lead. And I am already seeing some of the differences. At the same time, so I started with a new therapist on Tuesday, and she and I clicked. So I don't know if I should be terrified about that or thankful. I'm choosing to be thankful. And what she suggested is, I think I explained to you guys last week, I couldn't answer the question, what would you do? If money was no object and you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? And it took me a while. I didn't get an answer. I couldn't answer that question at the retreat. It was one that I focused on in that quick time after my retreat. And I came up with my answer, and essentially what it's morphed into, honestly, I just need to buy an abandoned town somewhere that's still close to other places, and just build my own town. Which is funny because if you had asked me as a kid, like, sure, I had the dream. Like, look, I was an average kid in a lot of ways, in the fact that, like, a little girl, like, I wanted to grow up and have horses, and I wanted to grow up and be a princess and stuff, and actually, and I really actually wanted to own a library at one point, and really, if you'd asked me, like, especially closer towards high school, what I wanted to do, I actually wanted to do computer graphics for Disney. I wanted to be an animator for Disney. That was my dream. Life clearly has taken me down a very different path, and that's okay. So, but if you'd asked me as a little person, I used to tell people I wanted to be the supreme ruler of the universe. And so, being mayor of a town may fit that, if you think about it. But basically, I want to be able to have a center where, we offer art therapy and access to equipment that is
Lizzie,
traditionally kind of...
I said no bites.
Hold, please. Sorry about that. So it's like where we could house like art therapy, and we could have a gym with trainers available and state-of-the-art equipment, and a lap pool and a noodle people pool. That we would have a kitchen where people could go in and learn how to cook, but also we would provide meals and things like this, right? So, I want to have a library, and I want to have people being able to access CPAs and attorneys and therapists, and I also want to have like kind of like little tiny houses. And I decided in fleshing this out, I don't want to call them I want little cottages for people. To me, that seems much more, I don't know, stable, or like it's not, I don't know. They're essentially going to be the same thing. Anyways, so that's what I wanted to do. So her and I were talking, and she essentially said, so one of the things I do, or I have done in the past, is sort of a coping mechanism to kind of escape and relax and just zone out, especially when I'm not able to work out like was used to, is I read trashy romance novels, like the Harlequin paperbacks. Yeah, even my kids are like, what? The dumber, the better, which is probably also why I love the Hallmark Christmas shows, because they're all the same when you really think about it. You don't have to get vested in a character. It's not like when I checked out from the library all of the Harry Potter books, and I was so livid that nobody warned me, spoiler alert, that like in book 3 or 4, Dobby dies. Like, you should warn a person about that. I don't like. I'm still bitter that my friends didn't warn me about that. But you don't have to do that when you're reading Harlequin romance novels. And so she's like, write what? She's like, I want you to go through it. She goes, I want you to describe, like, what does each room look like? What's the purpose of the room? What, like, create it as if it's a story. And for some reason that resonates with me. Again, I'm telling you not because, like, look, hey, look at me, I'm writing a book. It's not that. It's, here's another tool that may work for you, sort of thing, is my approach to it. So I started, and actually I've shown it to, I'm on page 6 of writing. I'm like 3,000 words in, which is amazing. And I've showed it to 2 friends, and both of them are like, where's more? When do we get more? And I'm like, that's exciting to me. Like, I want, like, my character doesn't have a name. I just keep referring to her as she, which is kind of weird and creepy on one level, but she. And she's a Diet Coke addict. Go figure. You know, so we've got, there's, it's so cool though. Like, so I will be honest that and I've had some really amazing work connections and work things come up that I am super, super excited for. It's going to be, you know, more work, and that's okay. I'm not afraid to work, as you guys know. Like, I love my job most days. What?
I expect Susie.
Okay. Why don't, hey, hold please. Hold please. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. So, you know, we're just kind of, we're making things happen, and it's exciting, and I'm grateful. And I'm reading the book The Magic, which is a part of a 6-book series where, like, my Jeep babes and I were, so there's 4 of us, and we're going to start a book club, and that is the first book we're focusing on. Ooh, sorry about that. I had to turn on the light. I was feeling a little, and so here's my book. I had it on audiobook, remember? I decided that I needed to be able to see the words. I needed to be able to focus and take notes and highlight and write in the book, which is really weird for me. I am not like a write in the book kind of girl. Like, that was against the rules when I was a kid. Well, guess what? Those rules don't apply. It's my freaking book, and if I want to write in the margins, guess what? Girlfriend's gonna write in the margins. And if I want to write in pink pen, because, yeah, guess what? I'm going to buy all of the pink pens. And absolutely, I do not own a pink pen right now. I know. But I realized, like, I grew up not being told that I was girly. That I got told I wasn't feminine. That I got told I wasn't pretty. That I wasn't, like, that I wasn't soft and gentle. And look, am I soft and gentle? Not at work. But in my personal life, I get to be soft and gentle if I want. And if I want pink pens, by gosh, I make enough money, I can buy pink pens. So I'm going to go buy pink pens. That's my chore. And it just dawned on me. So we're going to start this, and I would welcome anybody who wants to read this as well. It's by Rhonda Byron? I don't know. I don't know how to say her last name. It doesn't say it. I don't know. I think it does say it in the audiobook, but I clearly I didn't pay attention. Look. And that's why we bought it in paperback, because there were times where I caught myself not being focused enough on reading it. And what I want to do is, like, it's a little lesson, and it gives you a project, like something to do each day for 30 days, right? There's no reason why I can't allocate 15, 20 minutes a day to me. There's none. The only thing that's stopping it is me. And I've decided I'm worth investing that time in. So we're gonna start this. I believe in October, but I'm starting it now. I was a couple days in, and I fell off the sideways on it. I went a little sideways, so I'm gonna start it over. My 30 days over. That's okay. That's okay. Listen, if you need permission to start something over, here's your permission. Here's your permission. It's okay. Start it over. Whatever it is, start it over. It's not a big deal. Start it over. Start it over. It's okay. So I've been working really hard on that. There's a couple other books that we've got in the queue as well. We've got the first 3 books picked out. And so yeah, I've just got, but the first assignment is every day for 30 days, you are to write 10 things that you're grateful for. And it's not just I'm grateful that the sky is blue. It's I'm grateful for the sky is blue because. And that really makes it a little trickier. And it's funny because then my WIPCO numbers got called, right? And my 2 people that got called, I'm so grateful. First of all, I'm grateful for everybody who played WIPCO with me this year. Let me just thank you out loud and publicly, right? Everybody who played along, like, literally picked projects and crafts that, like, and things that I didn't necessarily think right away that I would need or would be like, what is that? And they turned out to be some of the most amazing experiences and blessings, and I am so grateful. So this month is my friend Julie. She's stitching jewels on Instagram, and the other one is Tammy from Leopard and Lace Boutique XOXO, or Leopard and Lace Co. XOXO. It's a very long title. Julie has picked the periodic table, and then I'm to do 300 minutes during the month of intentional movement, which is 5 hours. 5 hours is really not, like, it sounds like it's a lot. It certainly sounds like it's less than 300 minutes, but it's the exact same, so go figure. So we're going to pull out the periodic table, and I'm totally excited because I love seeing more progress on that. And then Tammy has me working on the Self-Love Sampler by Birdie's Crossing, which is great because that's my idle piece as well. But I'm not going to double dip. So, like, if an idle gets called in Stitching Survivor, I'm not going to count those stitches towards my stitching for my WIPCO. That's a totally me. But if you want to double dip on your things, double dip all day long. And there's some I do, absolutely. But she also wants me to write down every day of the month at least one thing each day that I love about me. And like, that's tough for me. And then she's got a podcast too that she's supposed to send me to, and I don't have that yet. And I'm super excited to get that in my hands and be able to listen to it. And hopefully I'll probably listen to it more than once, unless it's really bad. But I can't imagine it's going to be bad because So yeah, so we've got that going on. We've got, like I said, lots with work going on, and that's okay. Lots of hard conversations. I also met with my friend Kat on Sunday. Today's Labor Day here in the States, so it's kind of throwing the whole work week and everything off a little bit. So I met with Kat on Sunday, which is normally my day at the office with my office manager Noel. But Kat and I met, and we were talking about some things and setting even some short-term goals, and really focusing in on, again, healing those past experiences that are still impacting us, not in the best ways. And one of the things that I redid was my core value words with her, because she hadn't done it. So I was like, well, I'm going to redo it because I don't know. And it had come up because, like, I had done them at there, and then we had that talk. And my friend Dottie from the Jeep Babe, she had said, well, maybe those really aren't your core values then, if you're not, like, if they're not helping you. And at first, when she said it, I was kind of pissed. I was like, no, they really are. And I got really defensive and kind of pissy with her, right? And she was just like, okay, well, let's, hey, I don't know, and stuff. And it's funny because I ended up, it dawned on me as I was driving home from the office the other day, as I was just packing up and stuff, and some words or theories or things are drilled into us so much that this is the way they should be, or we use certain things because they end up being a shield. And that's different than being a core value. And this is turning into a TED Talk, which is not different than, I don't know, welcome to my flosstube. That's what we do. We double dip in the TED Talk. But what I realized is that, like, I put family down. Like, family is a core, but I'm not really connected to my biological family. I'm really not. Like, because they're not a healthy, they're not healthy people for me. They're not safe people for me. So for me, my family is actually those people that I picked. My family is chosen people, and they're great, and they're amazing people. And they've had my back all along, and they've had my kids' backs. For me, communication is key. Being validated, like you communicating that you appreciate me. That, those kinds of things are important to me. That I feel safe to tell you how I'm really feeling. Not the pat answer of, I'm fine, it's going to be okay. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with really and truly, hey, I'm struggling. I'm not feeling safe today. Hey, I'm struggling. I don't know how to, organize my thoughts right now. Hey, that's a different level answer. And those answers are reserved for very few people. I use personal growth as I had initially wrote that down, but really and truly I ended up using it more as a safety net. It was a shield for me. It was like, if you're always running, you don't get to face the demons. If you're always running, nobody can touch you and hurt you. And so, we redid that, and then we also started talking about, have you ever really, really just dreamed? Like, if you closed your eyes, and it's funny because Sarah was over at the house the other day, and we did this as well. She's like, close your eyes. And, one of the things we're working on is really, finishing the house, right? And getting things painted, and getting things organized, and getting things so that I have a healthy environment to thrive in, right? And so that my kids have a healthy environment to thrive. And she's like, close your eyes and tell me what it looks like. And I couldn't. I was like, I don't know. And she had to, just stop me. And she literally held my face like this as my eyes are closed. And she's like, okay. She's like, what's your favorite flower? She's like, okay. And for me, the first one that came to mind were lilacs. And they're one, I have 4 favorite flowers. And that was the one. I was like, okay, lilacs. And she's like, okay. She's like, let's get a vase of lilacs and put them in the front window with a breeze coming in and tell me more. And we walked through it, and it was like, okay, but I've never been allowed to just go crazy and dream big. I have big goals, but and Kat was talking about how, yeah, she couldn't do. I was like, tell me what your living room would like. If you could make your living room right now look like anything, what would it look like? And she struggled as well. And I was like, okay, that's where we're starting, because we're gonna meet every other week, and so she picked out a couple things for me to work on in this 2-week gap, and I picked out a couple things for her to work on, and I think that's good to have those friends, that you can do that. So I'm working on my things, and one of them is literally put the clothes that are on the end of my bed, finally put them away, to hang up the things that need to go in the closet. It doesn't have to be big things, but they really will be big things, if that makes sense. So, one of the things was to send my first, where I'm at right now on my book, to 2 people to get honest feedback. And I did. And like I said, I've got, they're giving me, they're like, hey, let's tweak this, hey, can't wait to hear more about this, because it's still very early. Look, I'm on page 6, for God's sake. It's not like I'm written a novel yet. But they're like, we're already vested in this character. We're already, excited. We can identify with this. We can identify with that. And that's what I want. Just, I want people to go, okay, I can see this. I'm, So anyway, so there's lots of great things going on, and I'm totally excited. Now we're 20 minutes into listening to me my TED talk. Let's talk about stitching, okay? How about that? So I got some Stitchy Kindness, and it's so cool, and I put them someplace safe because I didn't want to mess them up. Because, well, first of all, William and I worked on making sure that all of my flosses we're putting them all on floss drops, first of all. But like this is my fancy floss and my soaks. But so and then like Bella had initially started where like each ring she organized that they were all in numbers, but William has been meshing all of those together so that I have sets. So, and then like I said, we've been putting the stuff. I've been taking flosses off bobbins and combining them. So the next step is to all have them on matching floss drops. Like I'm gonna get away from the paper, and then what I'm going to do is like I love these floss drops, but I bought a bunch that look like these because they ended up being much more financially responsible to do, which is fine. So I'm gonna have my master set on these, but then when I have like I need to take some off the master set and put them on for each project, they'll go on these. So we've been working on that. So that's been fantastic. I found them. Okay, so on Tuesdays, Nellie comes to stitching with us with Kim and everybody, and she's great. She's so sweet. She's from Scotland, and she sent me a little package, and in there are look at she stitched them. They're buttons. They're like little shank buttons. I don't know. So that's a pickle. It's a Christmas pickle, because I have a Christmas pickle. But she sent me some ducks because you babes love ducks. We love our ducks. We also love googly eyes. And who doesn't love a good set of googly eyes, right? So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. So I'm open to suggestions because, that's where we're at in life. Okay, so I think I showed you guys this one. This is my, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas by Fig Tree Quilt Company. So we did get a small start. I am stitching this on 28 count water lily Joblin, and I am stitching it 2/2. Clearly I don't have a huge start, but I still have a start. So I would like to work more on that. I need to print out the pattern, but I didn't have paper. I ran out of paper here. I now have paper again, but my office printer isn't color. The printer here I didn't have paper here for a while, so now that I have paper, we're good. Okay, so then this last week, also my daughter went back to school on Tuesday, so I had said that I was going to start my animal alphabet for her from the Blue Flower on the 26th. And the 26th came and went, and I totally forgot. But I did start it. I started it this weekend. And I am stitching this on, what am I stitching it on? I'm stitching this on Wicked Sprout 32 count Lugana from Be Stitch Me. It's so nice. I will say the weave of it is very tight. A little bit more tight than I'm used to for a 32 count. Hang on, please. The dog is eating something weird. Nope, she got a new toy. I got them new toys today. Okay.
They already ripped the squeaker out.
They de-squeaked it already. So I have started on the A. A is for armadillo. I love this because they're not the most traditional animals. So A is for armadillo. B is for bat, cheetah, dragonfly, emu. Fennec, fox, goose, hare, ibex, jellyfish, koi, lyrebird, mammoth, narwhal, owl, puffin, a quetzal is some kind of bird, robin, seahorse, tiger, uriel.
You already ruined it.
I don't know what that is. It looks like a ram to me.
You already ruined the door.
A vacuna.
You're supposed to speak.
Never heard of it. woodpecker, a zyme is another bird, I don't know. A yabby, again, never heard of it. Is some sort of, it looks like a crab, like a blue crab to me. And then a zorro, which looks like a little fox. So I'm learning, and that's cool. So I did start the A. So we've got that.
They ripped the heart out.
They ripped the squeaker out already.
It literally has a heart on it.
It has a heart.
They ripped the heart out.
Okay, my dogs actually don't like the squeakers in toys, and they're very hard to find dog toys without squeakers. They do, however, like the crinkly toys. So, what, you can't have that. One day I'm going to start drinking, just so you all know. Okay. I did work some on my diamond painting. I don't know, you probably can't tell, but maybe you can. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Okay, so we've been playing Lizzie Lady. We've been playing Stitching Survivor, because that's what we do on this channel. And I'm caught up on my idle stitching. I'm caught up on both teams as well. I am electing at this point not to worry about the bonus stitching that's available. Look, I'm one person and I can only do so much before it becomes overwhelming and a burden. And then I'm stressed out, and we do not need me more stressed out. Because literally on Wednesday driving to court, I had my first ever panic attack. So that was kind of crazy. So, my two pieces for Stitching Survivor are Moroccan lanterns. So we're playing Survivor in Whip Warrior. And it's Australia versus the world. I know. So my one piece for world is Moroccan lanterns. Now here's the other thing. There's a couple of us that are working on this in my little Zoom, and now I have no hopes of catching, I believe, Melissa. Melissa is like 80%. Yeah, there's no way. No way. Kim is at like 40, and I think Diana said, maybe it's not Diana. One of the other girls said she's like at 50. Julie was ahead of me, but then I don't know, hyperfixated on Moroccan lanterns, and she's at 6%, and I'm at like 30 something, I think. So that's where we're at. I absolutely love it. It is on. It's on Lugana. I want to say Stormy Night, Lugana. I'm stitching it 2/2 on 25 count. Does that sound right to y'all? Wait, here we go. Yes. 25 count Stormy Night Lugana. 2/2. I love stitching this. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, and I'm doing all of the black, so then I'll go in and fill in, obviously, the color at that point. But because I'm not having to worry about changing thread colors, like, I literally can just kind of like get in a rhythm, in a zone. Now, and some of the lanterns, like, there's a pattern to them, so you can really, really get into a rhythm. Oh, by the way, my blue flower is in a lovely bag that my friend Debbie made me. I don't know what her company name is, but it's a beautiful bag, and I love it. And she gifted it to me, so I'm totally. So, we will keep seeing this because, again, it's my Survivor piece. I did my Survivor piece now that they're playing for individuals. If they were initially on Team World, then they still get the World piece. And if they were on Team Australia, they still get the piece for Australia, which for me is Pandemic. I don't know why. Pandemic, I'm over 30% as well. My goal for this year was to get it to 50% of just the tan stitches. At this point, that should not be a problem unless something very bizarre happens. So I fixed the air, obviously, but we've been kind of plugging away. I'm so excited. I love it. I can't wait to get the blue in, but for right now, I'm enjoying stitching the tan and just doing that. So we'll write. Plus, the other thing is the blue, because it's technically the background. Pattern Keeper doesn't tell me my stitch count, and when I'm playing games like Survivor, I need the stitch count. So I kind of tend to gravitate towards that. And because I'm not changing thread colors, again, I'm really able to knock out a lot of stitches in a very short time, which again is nice given my schedule and things like that. So we're just kind of moving along. So I don't know that I have anything. All of my giveaways got put in the mail. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I am expecting a package from 123 Stitch probably tomorrow or Wednesday. Who knows? When it gets here, it gets here. Yeah. That's about all we got. So, with that, remember, you are smart. And you are beautiful. You are strong. And you are loved. You are needed. And you are wanted. And mostly, you matter. So with that, I love you all, and I will see you later. If you need me, feel free to reach out to me, and I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.